Live. We are live, Tyrone. We are
Yeah.
live, man. We got a lot of questions this week, man. Tyrone, do you have a will?
I don't.
You don't have a will.
I don't have a will.
And presently no children.
No children.
Okay, but when you get old as hell and can't take care of Tyrone, we know you got years, but when you get old as hell, who the fuck's gonna take care of you, man?
I just decided I'm going to put whatever I can in a backpack, and I'm just going to walk around, just knock on doors, and then just kind of see what happens. You know what I mean? Like maybe if I put on a cute face and just go to the door, just be like, I got nobody. Somebody will take me in, and they could like do a nice video and put it on Facebook about this beautiful story about this stray old man coming to live with this family and turning their life around. That's my plan. I don't know how solid it is, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Cool, man. Well, let's not give it all away right off the top. Let's give it a chance. Let's give everybody a chance to come in. But while we do that, let's go ahead and kick this intro off and get the show started, man. So let's do it.
It's yours. Whose world is this? It's mine. Whose world is this?
Welcome back, everybody. This is the Multiverse. I am Bad Ty Bricks, and I'm here with Tyrone Thornhill, my cohorts, my brother from another mother. Tyrone, we was just talking about what you're gonna do when you get old, man.
Yes.
And I'm not sure that's a good plan.
No? Well, damn, I guess I gotta go back to the drawing board because I was feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, man. We definitely got a lot to talk about this week, man. But before we get all into that part of the story, something happened this week that was pretty amazing. I know you're excited. I know I'm excited. I know Vince Taylor's excited, even though he doesn't want to show it. But Spiderman No Way Home, it dropped. Finally. And we are like ready, man. Like we've been waiting. It seems like we've been waiting for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's here. It's finally
here. Yeah.
And for all those who haven't seen it, spoiler alert, we're about to show it. So if you are like my friend Vince Taylor, who someone who does not like to watch trailers, I suggest you turn away now, or you will see this trailer. So I have done my due diligence. I just gave you the spoiler alert. So if you're still here in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, then you are shit out of luck.
Oh, look at this. This is a good one. Some suggest that Parker's powers include the male spider's ability to hypnotize females.
Stop, come on.
Yes, my spider lord.
Can we just stay up here all day? It is so crazy down there.
That's right, folks. Spider-Man is in fact Peter Parker.
Listen, I did not kill Mysterio. The drones did.
The drones that are yours.
Does any part of you feel relieved about all this?
What do you mean?
Now that everybody knows, you don't really have to hide or lie to people.
For the record, I never wanted to lie to you. But how do you tell someone that you're Spider-Man? Now everybody knows. But this isn't about me. This is hurting a lot of people. I've just been thinking about how to fix all of this.
So, Peter, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm sorry to bother you, sir.
Please, we saved half the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When Mysterio revealed my identity, my entire life got screwed up. I was wondering if maybe you could make it so that he never did.
Strange.
Don't cast that spell. It's too dangerous. Fine. I won't. The entire world is about to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man.
Wait, everyone? Can't some people still know?
That's not how the spell works.
So MJ's gonna forget about everything we've ever been through?
Stop tampering with the spell.
Oh my God, Ned, he's my best friend. Oh, my Aunt May should really stop talking. What just happened?
We tampered with the stability of space-time. The multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little. The problem is you trying to live two different lives. The longer you do it, the more dangerous it becomes. Be careful what you wish for, Parker.
Hello, Peter.
Woo!
Wild.
Wow. That's just like, I mean, the wait is over. Bro, I'm speechless for a moment, Red. I have to step back. Bro,
It's
what do you think?
there's so much that we don't know, but still they gave us so much. Like something's going on. Something's not right. Where like Doctor Strange, who was about to just let everybody die because he was like, nah, I got the time stone. You guys mind your business. We're good. Like he was about to just like be like, sorry for you. You know what I mean? Like this is my job to protect the stone. But now he's like, Peter's like, hey, I'm sad. And he's like, all right, let's do this thing. You know what I mean? Like he bent too easy. I'm like, I don't know if this is 100% kosher. Not that the information isn't kosher, but just that there's something up with this Doctor Strange fella.
Oh, there's something up.
There's something up with this fella.
There's something up. It's called power. That's what happens when you attain too much power, success, wealth. You start to feel as though you can do anything. And we've seen this in the MCU before, with our faithful friend Tony Stark, who at one point thought that he could encase the world in
a suit of armor.
And we would be, good from that point on. You're right. There's so much to dissect here, man. We saw Green Goblin's ball.
Yeah,
lets us know
classic.
That he's pulling up.
And that was the same pumpkin bomb from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. So
exactly. So we saw that. We saw Doc Ock.
Yeah,
full on, looking like he's about 15 years younger than he was.
Yeah, yeah. They did the full reveal.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, after the full reveal, we're like, oh, so you got to get the fountain of youth before you came back. Okay, cool. We got Doc Ock. We know we have Jamie, so we got Electro. Man, there was a scene in there where we saw Wong. What's his name? Wong.
Yeah.
Wong was leaving, and he was like,
yeah.
Well, we know where Wong went.
Yeah. It looks like he, that was him just being like, hey, I gotta go kick some ass in this cage match real quick. Yeah, I'll be back.
Nation calling me out, and I gotta go. I gotta go see about that.
Long packed heavy too. Like that wasn't a short stay. He had 3 suitcases.
Like Wong went home, and somehow he walked through that door going home to visit family, and somehow wound up in a cage match.
Okay,
but I think we're probably going to find out that it had something to do with the spell that that Doctor Strange was doing in the background that somehow ripped the fabric of time and space, and now we have all these different multiverses that's going on.
It's funny because the whole multiverse thing, this whole time we've all just kind of assumed that Loki and Wanda were the ones that messed everything up, and that Doctor Strange was going to be the one to have to fix everything. We were all just kind of like, yeah, that's just how that's going to be. Doctor Strange going to be very mad that everybody's messing with his shit, but here we are, like he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my own thing too. I'm gonna go ahead and create my own multiverse. Like everybody's just like, we need to give a shout out to Sam Wilson and Bucky for not creating a new timeline. Like, good job, guys. You did your job. Nobody else is doing their job right now.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad that this trailer finally dropped. I'm so glad the wait is over. Um, there is something that I want to bring to the light. We did
Mhm.
not see Toby, and we did
Nope.
not see Andrew,
Nope.
which leads me to believe or wonder if their roles in this movie are, minuscule. If they have very small roles, I mean, could we possibly even see them in the movie, or are we talking about post credit? Are we talking about a possible, another movie that they show up in, like
Mhm.
really show up in, and this is just kind of like that. We'll foreshadow a little bit. We'll show you a little bit of what's going on, and see what's to come. But I mean, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it's that their roles are small. I don't want to see too much of them. You know what I mean? Like I don't want it to take away from like a good Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like I feel like my only fear with all this is that like it gets too like crazy, packing too much stuff in. You know how like when you go to the soda fountain and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get all the sodas, and then you're like, oops. Like I don't want it to be like that. I want to make sure that we still got to give maybe like, keep it reasonable. I don't want to, and I hope the lizard doesn't show up from the Amazing Spider-Man movie. That was a terrible lizard, and I hope we do not see that monstrosity in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, man, I like the suits. I mean, like you could have just shown me a trailer of the suits, and I would have been
Right.
like, "Whoa, this is bad." Like that. I mean, we've already encountered the one with the spider,
Iron Spider, yeah.
iron spiders. We've seen that, but some of the other ones, like I was like, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
loving the
no more carrying around your, some cloth in a suitcase or a briefcase or any of that. You're literally just clicking a button and it populates your body. Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
I
really?
love it. And we also got to see we got to see a brief moment of him in a black suit.
Yeah, we did. We saw a very short moment in the black suit.
Yeah,
So,
that was awesome. Like I'm excited. I'm excited about this movie. I mean that goes without saying, but like this trailer has me even more excited, mainly because it went so many places I didn't really expect it to go. I thought that Doctor Strange's role was going to be rather like smaller than it would be like he'd be there, but like kind of like how Iron Man was in Homecoming. You know what I mean? Like he was there, but like not integral to the story. You know what I mean? But Doctor Strange in this one, like he's all up in it.
all up in it, all up in it, and I mean, I'm for it. I mean,
Yeah.
anytime you pair anybody up from the MCU, especially the Avengers, I mean,
Mhm.
you got success. I mean, that I think that's something that we've seen kind of
Yeah.
consistently. Like, now that I think about it, yeah, and pretty much all of at some point they're pairing. You know what I'm saying? Someone shows up or someone.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's getting there outright. Like just own, because even on Ant-Man, it's like there's always going to be someone that shows up.
Yeah.
And
Really since Winter Soldier, we haven't had many times, or I guess Guardians too, but like Guardians is a team up movie anyway, but like there haven't been many times where it's just been like one hero the entire time.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and I'm for it. 100% for it. I love it. This is kind of the stuff that we grew up with anyway, like watching animated series and reading comics and stuff. Like it was not unusual to have people swinging by, pun intended, or people showing up, popping in and out. You know what I mean? That was something that we were used to.
Mhm.
And I didn't think it would ever happen this way in live action movies. But then they started the Avengers Initiative 12 years ago, and the rest is history.
Well, this is huge, man. Like I said, we've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Marvel gave us Black Widow. I'd say it was a little underwhelming, for me anyway. And to see them kind of going this direction with Spider-Man now, kind of really fully embracing his teenage, his the teenager and all of the things that come along with
Yeah.
making teenage decisions, because this was clear. This was not something that a teenager is supposed to have to deal with. I mean,
Right.
based on what we saw, his identity coming out, you know, we've had full on adults go into their mid 30s, 40s, as far as like in the comic book realm, and no one
Yeah.
ever knows their identity, and some of them don't even wear masks. So it's like
Yeah.
it's like okay, yeah, but well, as soon as Peter has to deal with everybody knowing who he is, the pressure of it, the magnitude, the type of stuff that he's under, is why he feels the need to go to that extent.
Right.
And then I guess it shows his immaturity, because at the point when the spell is being done, that's when all of the reality
Yeah.
coming into effect, and you're like, whoa, hold up, Mary Jane won't remember me, my
Right.
aunt won't remember me, like, yeah, these are things you should have thought about before you went to this guy asking him to make everybody forget about you. Everybody is including everyone, sir. You know what I mean? Like, no one's excluded. So I love that scene that we saw in the trailer where he's like, hold up, everybody's
Yeah.
and it's like, yo,
Stop
shut
talking.
up, you're messing up,
Yeah.
all up. And this is typical behavior from a teenager, and this is why I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man,
Yeah.
because I think he's the epitome of what we would want to see in a Spider-Man. So I know there's people out there that don't agree with me. Vince Taylor, shout out. But yeah, man, I think he's the best Spider-Man, and I think this was a dope trailer for anybody out there who plans on going to see this movie. I would give it 2 thumbs up and then some, just based off the trailers. And if that's the best scenes in the movie, then cool. I'm still here for it. If those are the best scenes in the movie, but
Yeah, that is the thing. Like I don't think with any of the Marvel movies lately that we've seen the best they have to offer in the trailers. You know what I mean? Like the best is coming like in moments that you don't expect, and you're seeing crazy stuff like, oh my god, with context, this is even more ridiculous. But yeah, I can't believe just how big it's gotten. I mean, this is insanity. You know what I mean? Like this is if you would have told somebody, if you would have told one of us, maybe 5 years ago, that we'd be looking at a Spider-Man with multiple timeline Spider-Mans and Doctor Strange and at least 4 or 5 different villains. We're talking about multiverse stuff. Like you would have been like, all right, calm down.
yeah,
Just slow down a little bit. There's no way it would cost too much money. How would you get all the actors to do this? You know what I mean? But here we are.
Yeah, here we are. We waited until the other two the other 2 actors, previous actors, were no longer relevant.
Yeah.
So, like, you say you guys will do it for a bag of chips and a coffee? Cool. we'll bring you back on. So I mean,
movie, please.
Yeah, they should be kissing. They should really be kissing Tom's derriere right now, because had it not been for Tom's success, there would have been no need to bring you guys back at all. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of show, because I feel like in essence we're bringing them back to show the growth in the character of Spider-Man. Like it's like this is what we initially started with, these middle-aged young men, and here we are with what is birthed from what these 2 young men weren't able to do. it's just, I mean, look, I liked Andrew Garfield, don't get me wrong, and I also like Tobey Maguire. But when you stack them up, when you line them up with Tom, it's not even fair.
Right.
It's not even fair, man.
I agree.
That's the part that gets it for me. But just off this trailer, man, I got to give it 2 thumbs up. I'm definitely gonna make sure that we're gonna see this. I think we're planning on watching this all together when it comes out.
Little New Blurred Order field trip.
Yep, the New Blurred Order field trip. So hopefully, everything works out and we'll all be able to be in the theater at once to see this, because I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be screaming and all of that kind of stuff. Like, whoa, yeah. I might do commentary, what I hate in the movie theater, but I might do it because you guys
are gonna be like this.
Yeah. No. I doubt Vince will be sleeping out when there's a problem, man. But yeah. So I mean, I gave it 2 thumbs up. What do you give it?
Oh yeah, if I were a spider, I would give it 8 thumbs up, without a doubt. And Lisa said she thinks Doctor Strange is a variant in that trailer, and I hadn't considered the possibility, and I don't know if that's where they're going, but damn, that'd be some crazy stuff. Like if we start getting Doctor Strange variants, I don't know if Doctor Strange is a Nexus being, but if we start getting Doctor Strange variants, then wow.
Well, what if we find out? What if we find out that when Thanos snapped, when Thanos did the snap, right?
Mhm.
What if those people that he did snap are actually dead? But when they snapped them back, it wasn't them snapping them back. It was actually snapping them from another timeline into the new timeline. So we could find out later that, like when Thanos snapped everything, that whoever died is gone. Like
Although I
what
do
came
think that I don't know if that could hold up only because they've already established so many people coming back. Like they established Monica Rambeau coming back and being in the same moment where she left and being like, what the hell just happened? You know what I mean? Like she thought she was asleep for 20 minutes, that kind of thing. So I think they've established that like it's definitely the people from, it's definitely the people that were gone from this universe that are back, that have been, recreated or whatever else. But yeah, I don't think the versions that we have are from different timelines. They're the versions that did leave. Like because Wanda too, she got snapped. She got blipped or whatever, and then she came back and was grieving Vision. Different stuff like that. So those that have come back, they've been in timeline and in context. So I think we're safe there at least.
Okay, yeah, that does make sense when you put it like that. It does make sense. So, well, that we're definitely gonna have to find out what's going on with Doctor Strange then, because he
Yeah.
does seem a little bit more reckless now.
Yeah, and I think
yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say the reason I brought that up earlier because I think that there is that while this trailer gave us a lot, I think that there's a big I think there's a big piece missing from what they're showing is the kind of story, you know what I mean? Because they've definitely been really good at kind of only showing you so much, you know what I mean? You're only going in with so much knowledge, and I feel like there's a good chunk of plot line missing from the trailer, which I think is very smart. But it seems like there's some stuff back here. I'm just like, I don't know. This is interesting. So,
well, yeah, I'm definitely here for it, and I'm excited. I'm super excited after seeing that trailer, and everything like that. So, yeah, man. 2 thumbs up to the Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah.
Go see it. Take a friend, tell a friend to bring a friend, and all of that kind of stuff. Because this is going to be super. I'm super excited. I know this is going to be a really, really good movie. And just kind of to switch gears, man, because there was a story that popped up in the last couple of weeks, and I was talking to you about it, and it's kind of speaks to the question that I asked in the beginning of the show, as to who's going to take care of you when you die. Who's basically got you in the end when you're getting to those days where you can't necessarily remember everything, you can't move how you need to move, you need help with things. It's a question that we don't really ask until that point where we start to maybe feel like we're getting to that point of needing someone.
Yeah.
And then it just now you're like searching, you're looking around, see who's who and who's going to be there for me. And this story was all when we talked about it, this story was all brought up because of this young lady. Beautiful Uhura, who came from Star Trek. Well, I mean, that's not where she came, but that's where we first encountered her, was on Star Trek, as the beautiful what was she, the communications officer?
I believe so. Yeah, she was
She always handled, whenever they had encounters, she would always put the little earpiece in her ear and say, they're hailing us. The Klingons are hailing us, sir. Whatever the case may be. So I would think she was like the head communications officer or something like that. But Nichelle, oh my gosh, she was so beautiful, man. Low key, she was like my crush. I remember having like the biggest crush on her coming up watching Star Trek. I used to think she
Yeah.
was so beautiful, and still do. But the conversation kind of came up when I saw an article that, and this is her presently, or one of her more recent photos. Um, but right now she's going through a conservatorship battle with her son and her ex-manager, Gil Bell. This is her ex-manager, Gil Bell, right here. And basically, Gil has been kind of responsible for her for, I want to say, I think they said like the last 10 or 15 years. He's kind of been the one that's been handling her finances, and I don't know the extent of what he does for her or has not done for her. But he was the person most responsible for taking care of her. In most recent years, or the most recent times, her son, who is this individual right here, made some accusations that Mr. Bell was taking advantage of his mother and taking advantage of her finances. Well, this case went to court. Conservatorship was temporarily awarded to a third party to take care of Miss Nichols in light of what was going on with the case. And at some point, Mr. Johnson was awarded conservatorship over her estate and well-being and everything like that. Now, within the last week, Mr. Johnson sold her home, Miss Nichols' home. This home was said to be, and I'll read some of what her friends said first, and then we'll get into the court battle. But her friend, one of her friends, Angelique Fawcett, and Gilbert Bell, because those are the only two friends that were interviewed in this case, said that Kyle Johnson, which is the only child of Miss Nichols, or Hora, was appointed conservator of her person and estate in January 2019. And they said that she has dementia. Miss Nichols has dementia, and there was a video posted, and I don't actually have the video, but in the video, Miss Nichols is screaming at the top of her lungs in protest about her son taking over legal guardianship of her. Now, at the time, Mr. Bell and Miss Fawcett, in separate interviews with People magazine, revealed that Johnson had sold his mother's longtime home in Woodland Hills, which she purchased in 1982, and basically claimed that he was acting in her wishes, not against the star's wishes. Basically, at that point, Fawcett tells People magazine that it was horrendous to watch what Miss Nichols was going through. She couldn't believe that her son was doing this, and when the house was sold, she was very hurt for Miss Nichols, and basically says that this was like a mother to her and everything like that. The same thing goes for Mr. Bell. Mr. Bell, which was her ex-manager, also says that he believes that the son is taking advantage of the mother and everything like that. Now, like I said, Mr. Johnson did sell the home, and at this point right now, he and Miss Nichols are living in a rental house in New Mexico. And ever since the case and everything like that, Mr. Bell and Miss Fawcett say that Mr. Johnson is keeping them away from Miss Nichols, and they no longer have contact with her. That's just one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is the actual legal battle that they were going through, and why Mr. Bell and Miss Fawcett have such a strong opinion on the case. The part that wasn't stated in that People's magazine interview was that Mr. Bell and Miss Fawcett both resided on the estate. Mr. Bell he resided in like she had like a guest house.
Yeah, she purchased the house next door and used it as a guest house. Yeah.
Used it as a guest house. Mr. Bell, however, only paid $300 a month rent, and what many say the rent could have been anywhere from $3,500 or whatever the case may be, but well above $300. Now, Mr. Bell said that this was like a deal that was set forth by Mrs. Nichols because he cleaned up the estate and he, took care of the grounds and everything like that. So therefore, she would only charge him $300 a month. And the son said, again, this is just a way that they took advantage of the mother. So after, kind of going over all of that, I don't want to pass judgment because I don't know who's actually, being there for Miss Nichols and who's not. But this does bold the question of who do you have that is going to be responsible for you when you die? Do you have a will? Do you have a person already a person in mind to be your conservator, or is this something that comes up when needed or as needed? That's my question to you.
Oh yeah. Well, if something were to happen to me, in the near future, my mom is just going to get whatever is in my name. You know what I mean? Whatever I got to give, it's going to go to my mom. I know she'll take care of my brother and stuff, and that's easy for now. Now, if I manage to last a while, I don't have a plan for that. So we'll see who I encounter along the way, and managers and things like that. If things go the way I want them to in life. But I tell you one thing, I will be absolutely doing is I'll be keeping very detailed journals. So whenever stuff like that comes up, if I start losing my brain, and and they're wondering how I feel about people, then it's gonna be right there in the journal. They'll be like, look at this, August 25th, 2021, chapter 5. This is about the manager, Mr. Bell. And Tyrone said, I do not trust this asshole. And then they'll know right there. The courts will be like, oh, okay, good. We got it in his writing. It's done. Now it's all the stuff's going to go to whoever else is going to be the thing. Cause I'm probably not going to have any kids. And even then, like, you're
probably not going to have any kids.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole nother story on itself. How are you not going to have a story? How are you not going to have any kids? I just that you date are like, no, I don't want kids either.
Oh yeah, I mean, we could really get into it on another show, but yeah, I'm just not. I don't think kids are really my jam. So like, just for me personally. So I think I'll just I'll have to. I guess my money's gonna be on like robot servants or something like that when I get old. Like because obviously I'm gonna need somebody. If I last long enough to where like I got to get my diapers changed and stuff. I hope I got a robot or something, or I hope I'm, rich enough to have an Alfred or something.
Well, let's hope Brandon has some kids. Otherwise, the Thornhill name stops with you and Brandon. Like, what the hell? Like, come on.
It's not. There's other people. Like, we're fine. Like, my name is it's a name.
It's a name. But that's cool. That's cool. But I mean, this is one of those things that like it's really serious. Because a person like Uhura, who did so much for the culture, like I mean, just being on a show in what was this, 19?
It would have been the late 60s.
Yeah, 1960. I know the show started probably in 1965 or 64 or something like that. They have a 3 or 4 year. Was it like 4 or 5 year stint? I know.
I'm looking
I know,
it up right now.
It ended in 69, or I think
1966 was the first season, and it went 3 seasons. The original Star Trek.
Yeah, so 3 seasons, so 69. So, you know, at this point in our society, we were dealing with segregation. We were dealing with, you know, a multitude of racism and racists, and you know, black people were definitely not something that you saw spotlighted on screen unless they were singing or dancing or playing an instrument.
Right.
But outside of that, you definitely did not see them on screen as much. I think,
and definitely not as equals.
no, definitely not as equals. And so when she pulled up on, you know, Star Trek, and wasn't just a face, like she had speaking roles every single episode, whether they were little, whatever the case may be. She, in almost every episode, they pan to Uhura, and she's like, you know, we're the Romulans just hit us up, you know, the Klingons just hit us up, Captain, we're being held by this ship, you know, she there was always something where she had a speaking role, and for little black boys and girls to see her on screen was huge. And I read an article where she was speaking about the time where she was at an event, and like, I guess one of the event coordinators or someone from her team said, you know, someone wants your autograph. And she thought, you know, oh, this is just going to be some little pimply faced kid, you know, who just watches the show and wants an autograph. And so she, you know, goes to give this autograph to this person, and it happens to be Dr. Martin Luther King. And, you know, she was like, you know, just floored, because at the time, you know, he was leading the surge in, you know, in race relations, and trying to get our people, you know, the just due and everything that we were deserved of. And when she was doing, when she met him, he was more of a fan than she was. She was thrown back that he was, you know, so thrown back by meeting her, because he said, your show is the only show that I allow my kids to watch, you know, on TV, because they need to see a black woman in power on screen. They need to be able to see that. And so she was, I guess, at a point where she was debating leaving the show because she wanted to do Broadway. So she didn't want to do the show anymore. And he told her at that moment, you can't leave. You can't go. And just him telling her that was enough for her to say, you know what? Well, if Dr. King said I can't go, then I can't go. And she wound up finishing out the rest of the seasons. So this was a huge moment in culture, and for a woman of her stature, you know, to be in a position to influence what we see on screen a lot now, which is black women in power on screen. You know, and she was kind of one of those people that was the trendsetters. So to see something like this happen to someone, you know, as prolific as her, you know, really scares a layman, you know, just a regular person, just a casual, you know, like for me and you, if she's got, you know, millions and millions of dollars, and, you know, you have all of these people like kind of, you know, grasping for your, you know, whatever it is that they think they can get from you. And I don't know that that's necessarily the case. I'm just speculating. But, you know, because her son could be just the, you know, he could be the greatest son in the world, and all he wants to do is take care of his mom, and he's just trying to do whatever he can to take care of his mom. And if so, kudos to you. Raised, and kudos to you, Mrs. Nichols. You raised a wonderful young man, and I hope that's the case. But if it's not the case, you know, I wonder, was there any way for her to foresee that?
Right.
There's no way for you to really foresee that.
No, I think there really is no way. You know, the stuff that money does to people is is really hard to predict. You know, that's an unfortunate reality of you know, where we are as just a race of people. You know what I mean? Like just the human race. Like we're just money changes the way that we think. You know, it's tough to, like you said, it's tough to judge with the son versus you know, the managers and friends, you know, because they're both accusing the other of the same stuff. So there's really no way that we can know for sure. But you know, it's you like to kind of say, oh well, you go with family, right? I mean, because that seems to be the safer bet. Go with family, but then we also know that you can't just trust somebody just because you share, you know, some DNA, or just because, you know, you guys come from the same you know, mother or father or both or whatever. That's unfortunately just not the case all the time. So yeah, the question of, can you see it coming, or, you know, what do you do about it? I don't, you know, I joked about keeping a journal earlier, but, you know, that only was coming from, you know, just the idea that, yeah, at a certain point in your life, you're just kind of helpless. And if you are suffering from dementia or other health issues that incapacitate you, then, you know, we're in a situation where you have nothing to protect you. Some court is going to make a decision based on the very little information that they know and what they can see and what can be proven. And if that is not enough to protect you, then, you know, there's really not much else you can do. It's kind of a scary thing, and you know, you know, maybe I should reconsider having some kids just in case. Like, but like maybe 4. Like, it's either going to be 0 or it's going to be like 7, just to, like, you know, get the chances higher that I'm going to have like 1 or 2 good ones that got my back.
Man, listen, you know, it's scary because you would think that the one person that you would be able to count on in her situation would be your only child that I'm sure you nurtured and, you know, got to where he's at in this point, you know, like in life. I mean, he's elderly as well, but
Yeah.
you know, I would hope that in anybody's case, when you raise your kids, you raise them with the type of heart and the type of love towards their parents
Right.
that would garner this level of support and care when you need them, because that's scary, man. The frailty,
Yeah.
the vulnerability that old age kind of brings upon you is it can be really, really horrifying.
Yeah.
Because you're out here, you're going to be out here almost like you were when you were a baby, in your infancy, where you need someone to wipe your butt, to take you to the bathroom,
Feed you, make sure you're not killing you know, like falling over and hurting yourself, you know, that kind of thing, like, you know, just constantly.
And if you don't have the right people or person or whatever that are gonna really take care of you, then, you know, I really feel, I really hope, I really do, I really hope that Nichelle Nichols, aka Ahura, has, you know, has that with her son. If Mr. Bell and Miss Fawcett were taking advantage of them,
Right.
of her in any way, then thank God that her son stepped in and did the right thing. But if it's the alternate, if it's the you know, the other side of the coin, and he's the one that's taking advantage, then I hope that Mr. Bell and Miss Fawcett can prove these accusations,
Yeah.
and get her the necessary care that she needs and deserves.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you have someone, like I said, that really did what she's done for the culture, and been such an intricate part of where Black actresses can go right now in the entertainment business.
Oh yeah.
You really hate to see someone who dedicated their lives and did something in their life that could effectively change a whole dynamic when it comes to how women are perceived, how Black women are perceived, and just a level of respectability and class that she brought to just the part of Ahura.
Yeah.
Because again, like this, I used to crush on Ahura, you know, like and you one thing when they showed her like take, you know, when because I remember a couple of episodes where they would show her like fighting, like she could handle herself and all, like she would. Ahura wasn't nobody to just, you know, you just thought she was gonna come in there and be talking crazy to. Nah, she really epitomized the strength of a Black woman, especially in that era.
Yeah, and Lisa brings up a good point. Living wills are very important. Not just the what are you going to do when I'm gone, but like what are you going to do when I need somebody to do something. That's really the best protection that we have. It's here it is in writing. Here it is notarized and viewed by a lawyer and that kind of stuff. And you have the law to protect you as much as possible. And if your wishes are clear and your wishes are presented in writing, then that's about the most protection that you have. So definitely, like, I guess a living will is the way I got to go. I got to start looking into that, just in case.
Yeah, because the way you moving, you're gonna be out here on your own. it's like it's just me against the world.
Yep. Yeah. See, the whole plan is to get famous, but then like by the time I'm old, like people forget about me. So I get to be the story of just like the used to be guy who's like just kind of wandering around the mall now, just asking where the Skechers store is, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can see you getting mugged a lot.
I'm only going to be carrying blueberries with me, just like a pocket full of blueberries. And if you want blueberries, come and get them. But
come and get them. Yeah, the blueberries. All the kids gonna hit you up with the blueberries. Hey man, well, yeah. I'm not passing any judgment. But I do hope that they get these affairs under control.
Yeah,
and get her the care that she needs if she's not already getting it.
Yeah, it's scary. There's a lot of eyes on this. Like you said, this is somebody who's iconic. So there's a lot of eyes. Imagine people who are in similar situations who don't have any eyes on them because they're not famous or that kind of thing. So yeah, protect yourself. And yeah, I hope that she gets. What I really hope is that these Bell and Fawcett are money grubbers and they're just trying to get their money. And I hope that Kyle Johnson is like you said, the good son who is taking care of his mom the way she wants to be taken care of. That's what I hope, because that's what's happening right now. So it'd be great if that was the happy ending. But yeah, it's tough to say. Like you said, we can't pass judgment because we don't have anything. Yeah, we don't know.
You can't gauge a person's, we just don't know. So I hope that she is receiving the care that she needs. And if not, I hope that she will receive the care that she needs. And because these are your last days on the planet Earth, and you want to live out your last days comfortably, and
without and not feeling like somebody's taking advantage of you. I mean, that's
constantly. Yeah. So let's. I just hope I'm gonna send my hope out into the atmosphere. Hopefully, that energy will be received by the parties that it needs to be received by. But we are moving on, and I'm super excited about this too, man. This was you, man. This was all you, bro. Because I would have never seen it probably until we did the show on Saturday. But I'm glad that you pulled it out, and man, here we are, man. This is great, man. Marvel is just doing it big, aren't they?
Yep.
I mean, we just saw the Spider-Man trailer, and they are like, look, we've been away from the game. And I know y'all thought, would y'all forget about Dre? I'm just saying, they like the Eternals. Oh man, bro. Like I'm so thankful that you pulled this one out and showed it to me. And I loved it so much that I felt like we needed to bring it to the show for anybody who hasn't seen it. So again, spoiler alert. We are about to show you the Eternals trailer. If you do not want to see the Eternals trailer, I suggest you turn away now. And you have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
5 years ago, Thanos erased half of the population of the universe. But the people of this planet brought everyone back with a snap of a finger. The sudden return of the population provided the necessary energy for the emergence to begin.
How long do we have?
7 days.
We're Eternals. We came here 7,000 years ago to protect humans from the deviants.
Why didn't you guys help fight Thanos? Or any war, or all the other terrible things throughout history?
We were instructed not to interfere in any human conflicts unless deviants are involved.
By who?
We need to find the others.
I haven't seen some of them for centuries.
Hi.
Hello.
This is what the end of the world looks like. At least we have front row seats.
You know what's never saved the planet? Your sarcasm.
We have loved these people since the day we arrived. When you love something, you protect it.
You can't protect. Any of them.
I bet you've built the perfect safe house. I mean, what's this even made of? Vibranium?
Fall collection. IKEA.
Bro. I didn't think we could one up Spider-Man, but we just one up Spider-Man. This is epic. Epic. We have monsters in the MCU. Just so you can call them deviants, you can call them whatever you want to call them, but they're freaking monsters. We have monsters in the MCU. This is, oh my gosh, man. How is it possible to one up yourself? How is it possible to drop two trailers around the same time and just one up yourself?
Yeah, I mean, these movies come out back to back pretty much. Eternals is November, December is Spider-Man. So it's.
By the way, January is Morbius.
Oh, for real? I didn't even realize January is Morbius.
January.
But I also don't expect Morbius to be at a level anywhere near these two movies, just because Sony hasn't really been. Sony and their solo efforts haven't really been knocking it out of the park exactly. So hopefully it's fun, and Jared Leto's hit or miss for me, so we'll see about that one. But
I don't know why you guys hate Jared?
I don't hate it. I say he's hit or miss. Like sometimes he nails it, sometimes he's really good, but then other times you're like, ugh, you missed the mark on that one. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, how often does Jared really miss the mark? I think a lot of people say he missed the mark with Joker, but
yeah,
when I look at Jared's catalog of movies, Jared has actually been a freaking he's been a pretty consistent actor. And most of, like, I don't know too much stuff that he's done that's been bad, or even his earlier stuff. Like Jared's just always been. I mean, he doesn't have like a whole bunch of dimensions to his characters and to his acting, but with the roles that he gets, he tends to kind of really do a really good job. Joker, you know, I don't think he did a terrible job with Joker. I mean, I'm one of the very few.
That's I mean, it's fine. It's fine to think that.
I'm one of the very few. I didn't think he did a terrible guy. I think the the costume department did a terrible job. I don't know.
It was all around.
I don't know who thought it was a good idea to give Joker gold teeth and you know, a million tattoos. I don't know who in the design department was like, yeah, our Joker needs gold teeth, and
somebody was like, have you heard of this Post Malone guy?
Joker. Yeah. I feel like that's the case, but I don't want to get too caught up in that.
No, Eternals.
Back to Eternals. This trailer, I feel like we just had an introduction to the new Superman for the MCU. That didn't look like Superman. I mean, I don't know if the light beams from your eyes, maybe the super strength, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, but we got the Stark brothers, man. We got the Stark brothers in another venture together, and I'm feeling like they took the Game of Thrones literally, and now they're like joined at the hip, because we have Kit Harington, who you may know as John Stark. Was it John? No, Rob. No, John. It's John.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Jon Snow. Jon Snow. Jon Snow. Jon Stark. Jon Snow. And then you have Richard Madden, which they know as Rob Stark. And we have Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek. We have
Brian Tyree Henry.
We have Kamal Nanjiani. Camille Nanjiani. There's the cast goes on, but those are just some of the names that you know, spotlight this new film.
Yeah, and it's I was gonna say with the cast, it's one of those. I think this is like the first time that that Marvel like really like they dove in with just stars. You know what I mean? Like the first time that it wasn't like Marvel making people get to that next level. It's like these people are already at a high level, so it's you know, they're jumping in, and it's like one of the most star-studded casts of Marvel so far. You know, who weren't already established, like, you know, Chris Hemsworth now, Robert Downey Jr. now, Tom Holland, you know what I mean. But a lot of those Marvel's kind of like a star maker, but now it's you know, they're looking at some people who are very, very well established.
I've seen an uptick. And I think the uptick comes from the fact that a lot of these stars who already were established are fans of Marvel and have been fans of Marvel, whether it be the comic books or the movies, but have been fans and have been campaigning to get into that realm. It's actually brilliant, because when you think about it, as an actor, you want to be in the best movies. You want to be in movies that are going to be seen by the world. And what better venture to go into than a venture with Marvel?
And now that they've been good for so long, it's expected that they're going to be good movies and that you do a good job and that you represent your character well. Just a real quick cool story. Kumail Nanjiani is actually a Pakistani immigrant who came over here to be a stand-up comedian, and he got his start in stand-up and was a funny stand-up. He got some TV roles and stuff. But I mean, this guy is like uber nerd. Like, he's a comic book guy, big gamer and stuff like that. And if you asked him, you know, I mean, even so many as like 6 or 7 years ago, you know, he wasn't a guy getting TV roles and stuff. He was just a comic, you know, just doing the comic stuff. And here he is, you know, just this huge nerd into this stuff, and now he is an Eternal. Now he's in the MCU. I kind of followed him as he was going through this process. You know, he said that when he did a fitting for his costume, he said the first time he got his costume on, he couldn't stop crying. He was just so happy. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, that's a cool ass story. It's like people are just excited to be a part of this, and I love it.
Yeah, this is the cast. Well, the Eternals, the cast that are actually the Eternals. You don't see Kit Harington right here because he's not technically an Eternal.
Right.
But these are the characters that we see as the Eternals. And I mean, as star-studded as it gets. This guy, Mr. Brian Tyree, is that his name?
Yeah, Brian Tyree Henry. Yeah.
Brian Tyree Henry, kudos to you, brother, for killing it. Like everybody, I'm hearing a lot of talk about John David Washington and Michael B. Jordan, and I must say, this guy right here, Brian Tyree Henry,
Yeah.
has done more movies in the past. I know, honestly, he has done more movies in the past year than both Michael B. Jordan and John David Washington combined. This is how much we have seen Mr. Brian Tyree. This dude came. My first interactions with him was on Atlanta, the show, the Atlanta.
Fantastic show.
Yeah, fantastic show. Directed by what's his name?
Donald Glover.
Childish
Gambino.
Yes, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. And I would, based on his role on the show, which don't get me wrong, he's a great actor, but based on his role on the show, I would have never expected him to be in everything. I would have never expected every time I look up, I see Mr. Brian Tyree Henry in another movie. And that's what I'm seeing. I am seeing this guy in every single thing that I look at. I'm seeing him. He was in Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
Yep, he was in this. He's in, he's been popping up in everything that I've watched lately. I can't even name everything that I've watched lately, but I promise you, everything I watched, I've seen Mr. Brian Tyree. That's why when I saw him in this and I brought it up to you, I was like, this guy just came out of nowhere, and he just like this. You don't really hear of this, do you? I mean, even with Michael B. Jordan, when he first jumped on the scene, we didn't see him in everything.
Right.
John David Washington, I think he's getting a lot more roles than average because of his because of his name. Because I've seen some roles recently that I'm just like, but I think he gets a lot of what he gets for maybe, a lot of directors on his father favors or whatever the case may be. Or maybe just because, there are some people who acknowledge his acting skills. So I'm not going to knock it either way. But I just want to give a special kudos and special shout out to Mr. Brian Tyree Henry for just killing the game and just being in everything, brother.
Yeah, he's also a successful stage actor, which is something that not a lot of people know. But it's, he did kind of have this kind of almost show up out of nowhere, but like he's been, he's been grinding for quite a while
behind the scenes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, man. Yo, again, kudos to you, brother. Keep it up. Keep killing the game. Much respect, much power to you, brother. So keep that up, man. Just a well-formed cast, man. It just looks like this is really going to be a fun, funny, exciting, action-packed, and I've heard the chammers and they probably put the best scenes in the movie. Nope. Well, if they did, I'm here for it. I'm definitely going to watch it. There's no question about it. So get over it. It seems as though Lisa also can't wait for Morbius, and that she also loves her some Jared Leto.
Yeah.
In acting and his music. Because we didn't mention Jared. Jared has a nice little band that makes some pretty good music. I've heard it. I heard 30 Seconds to Mars. They do have some pretty good songs, and Jared is a pretty good singer. So hey, let's go with it.
Yeah. No, I'm not hating on Jared Leto or anything. He just hit or miss for me. That's all. That movie he did with Denzel that came out on HBO Max last year. He was good in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Just I want to give him his due. Yeah.
Have you ever watched Franklin and Bash? I've never seen that. Is that I'm assuming, Lisa, you're referring to Brian Tyree because we were talking about him. But I've never actually watched Franklin and Bash, so I might have to check that out. She said, "What a good show!" So I'll have to check it out. I've never.
Another quick little fun fact: Brian Tyree Henry was in Into the Spider-Verse.
See what I'm saying? He's in everything.
Officer Jefferson Davis, also known as Miles' father.
Oh, he was the voice of Miles' father.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, see what I mean? Nailing it. Like
killing it, right?
You didn't not one, not two, not the, he's just like, oh, you got another more Marvel MCU movie? Just go ahead and sign me up. I'm good for it. So listen, I love the cast. I love what they got going on. Just based on that trailer, another 2 thumbs up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put 2 thumbs up, 2 toes up. I expressed this to you when I first saw it. This has me more excited from a trailer point of view than any other trailer or movie that I've seen this year. Period. Like just seeing that, I'm like, oh wow, y'all are doing that too. Oh, you're doing this too, and just knowing as like how vast this opens the universe up.
Ooh, huge.
Because one of the things that people aren't realizing is this Eternals movie is opening the door for an X-Men movie. It's opening the door for mutants to come back into the MCU.
Yep.
This is exactly what this is doing.
And potentially opens a door for maybe seeing Galactus one day, and a lot of this very huge cosmic stuff that is really it's hard to pull off without opening up that universe, but they're opening up huge. I mean, look at this size of these Celestials. This dude sitting here with what looks like a galaxy just kind of in between his hands. You know what I mean? Like that kind of scope is going to do so much for the MCU. It's going to be insane. Can't wait.
Yeah, I just found out by doing a little research before we had the show that the whole reason that they are actually on Earth, the Eternals have returned to Earth, is because based on what happened with the snap and everything, one of the Eternals is being birthed on one of the Celestials, not the Eternals. One of the Celestials is being birthed on the planet Earth, and they're trying to figure out how to get this Celestial off of Earth without it destroying Earth by its birth. Because of the size of the very size of them.
Yeah, there's also some talk about it about that Celestial potentially being one that is, I forgot the name, but one that is known for like going kind of planet to planet and then and judging whether or not the beings on that planet are worthy of continuing to live. And if it does not judge them as worthy, then bye planet,
annihilation,
bye beings. You know what I mean? So that could be something else that plays a huge part. That because they're there to protect humanity against deviants, as they were told. But then all of a sudden you gotta go protect humanity against the Celestials, who are essentially like the creators of the Eternals. So it's a whole thing.
And from what I understand, the Celestials don't really care about humankind. They don't really.
No, that's
they care less. They're so minuscule on the when it comes to the
scale of things. Yeah,
scale of things. They're like they're ants.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are ants to the Celestials, so they don't care. The Eternals, the Eternals from the trailer, and also just doing a little research, their love for humankind is what is making them try so hard to find an alternative to just allowing the Celestial to be born and destroying the world, is because they love the planet Earth and love humans. So this is going to definitely be an interesting storyline and a plot to see how this unfolds. But again, the trailer has me super excited.
Yeah,
2 thumbs up. And I cannot wait for these 2 Marvel movies. And I'm usually not this crazy about Marvel. I am more of a DC fan. I'm not saying I don't like Marvel. I think that what they're doing is absolutely amazing. But this is taking it to the next level. This is what I needed. This is what I need. I need them to bring in these more powerful beings than what we've seen, because we haven't even scratched the surface of the MCU when it comes to powers. Like that, like what we've seen right now is far on the lower end of the power scale in the MCU. We're going to see some incredibly powerful beings that come along, where the Avengers aren't going to really be able to do nothing. We're going to need way more than the Avengers to deal with some of the villains and some of the powerful beings that we will encounter if they continue in the direction that they're going. So I'm pumped. I'm powered up about it. I'm glad we were able to review both trailers and get through the show. But it is that time. We are ready to get up out of here, man. So before we get up out of here, you know what it is. Go ahead and talk to the people, man.
As usual, y'all can follow me on any social media at Tyrone Thornhill. You can catch us on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. for the New Blurred Order, on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube, all of it. Twitch or YouTube being the main ones that are going to be the best to watch it. What else? If you are looking, if you want to apply to be my conservator one day, just send your applications at any DM at Tyrone Thornhill and any social media, and I'll consider you as my conservator. And that's about it. We'll catch you next time.
Cool. Now, as for me, I want to go ahead and give a special, because this I don't do this rare. This is a rare moment, so you got to be special. But I want to go ahead and take this moment to wish a happy birthday to my second mother. Her birthday was yesterday, so we want to make sure we give a big round of applause.
Yeah, happy birthday.
That's right. And also give a pump that. You know what I'm saying? So happy birthday, Ma. I hope you enjoy your birthday. I know the kids is over there right now, probably driving you crazy, but I want you to know we love you, we appreciate you, and we hope that you have many, 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 many more birthdays. And I will see you soon. And that is almost how I want to end the show, because that is definitely the high point of the show. But again, Tyrone basically let you know where you can reach him at. You can reach me at Bad Ty Bricks. Also, you can follow us at MulTYversed here on Facebook, also on YouTube. And let me see, what was there? Was there anything else? Saturday morning, New Blurred Order, 9 a.m. We will be talking about, I don't know what we will be talking about, but we will be finding something to talk about, but it will definitely have something to do with the Spider-Man trailer. And other than that, I think that's a wrap, man. I think that's a wrap. I'm going to go ahead and end the show. Have been ending it lately, because this is just me. This is me just talking to y'all, because this is how I be feeling about a lot of stuff. And no better man to talk about it and tell you how I feel than my man, Bernie Mac. So Bernie, talk to him one time for me, man.
Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them. Let me tell you something. I used to go with a girl, man, about your age. I try to please her Peppy all the time. Went out my way to please her Peppy. I come in one day, I said, nice weather we have. Said, you can't say that. You can't say that, it might rain. I said, nice tie you got on. Said, you can't say that. My wife tried to choke me with it. Point I'm trying to tell you, son, is be yourself. People don't like how you be yourself. Fuck them. Fuck them up against the wall. Wear handcuffs on and crazy through on their lips. That's all you do.
Words to live by.
You live by them, son.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the club now, Uncle Vester, and just go.
You go and enjoy yourself, boy.
Thank you, Bernie. We miss you, man. Appreciate you. And listen, everybody, thanks again. Make sure you like, share, comment, follow. And until next week, we'll see y'all again. Peace.